Mike, can you hear me? Listen now. Mike, can you hear me? Check, check. Mike, check 1 2. Mike, check 1 2. All right. You didn't hear it? All right, good. All right, I want to welcome you guys in live here to Camden High School as we get ready for tonight's game. Camden High School takes on Point Pleasant Borough here for the Group 2 final. South.
Not to get confused with the Central Jersey finals, as there's a plethora of South Jersey teams competing in that side of the bracket. Pre-game ceremonies and such are getting ready to get underway here. Should be a good one. Another Battle of the Panthers for Camden High this postseason, as they took on the Middle Township Panthers in the first round. Came out victorious there. Got a big 41-6 win over Willingboro last week here. And now, as the top overall seed in Group 2, South Jersey, they host Point Pleasant Borough out of the Shore Conference tonight. So we'll take a moment here to captains out for both sides, getting ready for the coin toss here tonight. Point Pleasant Borough and Camden High. Toss has already been up and decided. Here comes the white hat. Camden High wins the toss. They will receive. So the Camden High Panthers will get the ball first. Coming into this game, Point Pleasant Borough has the, record quote-unquote advantage. So they come in with a 9-2 record to Camden High's 8-2 record. But obviously in the postseason, throughout the records, both Panther squads will get ready to send their guys out on the kickoff coverage unit and the kick return unit. We'll get this one underway here just shortly here from Farnham Park. Camden High Panthers take the field sporting the purple helmet, yellow jersey, and white pants. Point Pleasant Boro in a gold helmet, white jersey, and white pants. Point Boro will get ready to send this one back deep here to Camden High. Point Pleasant Boro's Jack Sullivan will do the kicking duties here, or at least the place kicking duties for Point Pleasant Boro. And back deep for Camden High, number 0 Malik Red and number 1 Ibn Muhammad. Ready to receive for Camden High. Sullivan's ready, so are the return men, and we're underway here. There's a little short pop-up kick taken in by Red, right up the far sideline. He's got a little bit of room, going to be wrapped up and taken down at about the 35-yard line. So decent field position here to start tonight for Camden High. So here comes Mekhi Brunson on to lead this Camden High Panthers offensive unit, having a stellar season. Brunson fires to the right side, caught. Looks like number 7, Scotty Freeman there on the catch. So Camden High coming out firing. Gain of about 4 on the play. And it looks like the Panthers of Camden are going to try and set the tone through the air. Brunson drops back, faces the pressure, has to step up in the pocket. Breaks out of the sack, still on his feet, keeps on going. And Mekhi Brunson somehow escaped the sack and got a yard out of it. An early Houdini act saves Camden High some trouble. So 3rd and about 5 now after Brunson escaped the sack. Let's see if Camden High can get a 3rd down conversion early. Brunson has to roll out to his left, facing immediate pressure, going to try and cut back. He's going to be sacked well behind the line of scrimmage by a group of Point Pleasant Boro defenders. Nick Albanese there for Point Pleasant Boro on the sack. So a huge loss there. Loss of about 11 yards, give or take. And just like that, the punt unit ready to send this one away here as Halim Muhammad on to send this one back to Point Pleasant Boro. Muhammad takes the snap. Punt is up and away, nearly blocked. And it'll be downed past midfield as Jake Clayton let that one bounce. So Point Pleasant Boro will take the field for the first time tonight with better field position than they probably could have imagined after the start of the Camden High drive. They'll take over on their own 49-yard line. And speaking of Jake Clayton, he'll be quarterbacking. I'm sorry, no, he will not be. Get my players mixed up there. Actually, yes, you will. I was correct. Okay. Clayton hands off up the middle. Couple yard gain there from Dylan Reitemeyer. Gain of about 5 on the play on the dive up the middle by Dylan Reitemeyer. 2nd and 5 after the short run or the medium run by Reitmeyer. Reitmeyer takes a huge hit up the middle and is going to be down after the first down marker. Gain of about 6 on the play as Reitmeyer broke through the front 7 there and almost broke free for a score. Point Pleasant-Boro now on the Camden 40-yard line after the first down run by Dylan Reitmeyer. Looks like Point Boro trying to take off some clock here. Clayton hands off up the middle to Reitmeyer. Reitmeyer going to be met almost immediately, but drags a couple of defenders with him for a couple of yard gain. Gain of 3 on the play. Tough running there by Dylan Reitmeyer. Second and 7 now for Point Pleasant-Boro with 8 minutes and 8 seconds left and counting here in the first quarter. Point Boro's going to try and bleed this clock as much as they can here on this drive. Clayton fakes the handoff, going to be met in the backfield. No, it's Reitmeyer, and the ball pops loose and Camden hops on it. Reitmeyer puts the ball on the floor, and the Camden High Panthers hop on it. The purple and gold Panthers take over with 7:49 here in the first quarter. Wasn't sure who came up with the fumble there for Camden High, but nonetheless, the home Panthers are happy to have this ball back here on their own 36-yard line. Run up the middle. Loss of a yard. It looked like somebody's lid popped off there. It's like Christian Braxton's lid came off there on the loss of 1 on the play. Braxton has to come out for a play, take a quick breather after his helmet came off. Brunson hands off up the middle. Another loss. That time by Jaden Steely. So loss of 2 yards on that play. Third and about 13 now, coming up for Camden High. Brunson drops back, fires downfield, looking for his man, Muhammad. It goes right through Muhammad's hands. Had a step on his guy, but couldn't come up with it as it was possibly deflected there by one of the safeties back there. Looks like number 21 for Point Pleasant-Boro, James Bradley, on the coverage there for Point Boro. So now Halim Muhammad will be back on to punt this one away to Point Pleasant-Boro's Jake Clayton. All-out rush here from Point Boro. Muhammad gets the punt off. Pretty good punt as well. Takes a huge hop and will be down at about the Point Pleasant-Boro 39. So Point Boro takes over 10 yards behind where they took over last time, as Halim Muhammad got the punt off there on a practical all-out rush. So 1st and 10 now for Point Pleasant Boro from their own 39-yard line with 6 minutes and 36 seconds left here in the first quarter. Clayton hands off up the middle. Keeps it, actually. Met at the line of scrimmage, gain of about a yard for Jake Clayton. Second and 9 now after the gain of a yard from Jake Clayton on the quarterback keeper. Point Boro going with the hard count there as Nick Spinola in motion, trying to draw them off sides with the fake orbit motion. Spinola now in motion. Clayton hands off to Reitmeyer up the middle. Reitmeyer still going up the far sideline, and Reitmeyer, a huge gain there, eventually brought down by Malik Red. But well past midfield are the Point Pleasant Boro Panthers on the huge run from Dylan Reitmeyer. "27-yard gain there from Reitmeyer. After he broke through the line of scrimmage, he was almost gone there. So 1st and 10 now from the Camden High 33, sorry. Clayton hands off to Reitmeyer again up the middle. He's going to be swallowed after about a 3-yard gain. Four minutes and 40 seconds left here in the first quarter. Clock continues to wind down. Second and about 7 now for Point Boro. Clayton on the handoff to the right side. Saw that Spinola. Spinola breaks a tackle. He's in for the touchdown. So Spinola takes the end around, and Point Pleasant Boro's on the board. Nick Spinola gets Point Pleasant Boro on the board after taking the end around there, and was practically untouched for about 30 yards. And after that, broke a tackle and found his way into the end zone. Sullivan on the kick for Point Boro. Extra point is up and just barely gets over the bottom crossbar. No, they're going to say it's no good. I thought the ball went over the crossbar, but I guess not. So with that, Point Pleasant Boro takes a 6-0 lead here with 3 minutes and 50 seconds left here in the first quarter. Apologies for the brain fart there. So Sullivan and crew getting ready to send this one back deep here to Red and Ibn Muhammad for Camden High.
Yeah, Chris, great to join you here today. Trying to get set up here, still trying to work on the scoreboard, having a little technical difficulties with that, but we'll make sure we get the clock running for you guys, and we'll manually insert the scores.
Short little line drive kick by Sullivan there. Eventually brought in by Chase Robinson. So it looks like Camden High will take over on its own 40-yard line.
Yeah, it's a pretty good Point Pleasant Borough team that's coming in here to Camden. They've been battling the last couple of years with Willenboro, so they're kind of accustomed to, playing teams with the speed that Camden has. Camden has to just take advantage of the underneath routes and just be consistent. Play in front of the sticks, and they'll be fine.
Handoff here to Christian Braxton. There's Braxton's first semi-big run there for Camden High. Good sign for the purple and gold there with the running game after it was previously stuffed on the last drive around. Gain of about 8 for Braxton. 2nd and 2. Braxton on the handoff again, falls forward. We're going to say he's short. So a gain of a yard for Braxton as he fell forward. So 3rd and 1 now. Brunson hands off again, and we're going to check the spot here. And the spot says he is still short. Braxton tried to fall forward there, but got about half a yard at the most. 4th and 1, and Camden High's going to go for it here from their own 49-yard line. High snap. Brunson hauls it in. Brunson's got room up the far sideline. Tries to power forward. He's going to be stopped. High snap there. Led to some crisis in the backfield. And Mekhi Brunson stopped short of the sticks. So a turnover on downs for Point Pleasant Borough sets them up on Camden High's 40-yard line. After the scoring drive for Point Pleasant Borough last time around, we're looking to pounce on another opportunity here. Clayton hands off to Reitmeyer again up the middle. Reitmeyer still going. Eventually brought down after about a 7-yard gain there. Second and about 3.5, give or take. Minute 40 and counting left here in the first quarter. Point Borough going to try and bleed this one out here. Clayton hands off again to Reitmeyer up the middle. It looks like Reitmeyer is going to be short of the first down marker. Gain of 2 on the play. So 2nd and about 2. Sorry, 3rd and 2 coming up now for Point Borough. Clayton hands off to Reitmeyer up the middle. Reitmeyer is going to be met at the line of scrimmage. And powers his way forward for a first down. "35 seconds and counting left here in the first quarter." I'd imagine Point Pleasant Boro might just take this one down. Triple zeros on the clock. And run the next play in the second quarter. So there's now 20 seconds left and ticking. Clayton fakes the handoff, drops back, looking downfield, has a man wide open. It is overthrown and incomplete. Had Colin Opser wide open downfield. And that brings an end to the first quarter as Point Pleasant Boro leads 6-0 heading to the second quarter of play here at Farnham Park. The second quarter getting ready to go underway here as Point Boro gets to the line of scrimmage and gets set. 2nd and 10 after the incompletion to end the first quarter. Clayton hands off to Reitmeyer up the middle. Reitmeyer going to be stuffed directly at the line of scrimmage.
All right, Chris, I think we're good to go now with the scoreboard. Now the clock is being kept directly from the head scoreboard and clock operator.
There we go. Always love to see that when the ball bounces our way there. 3rd and 10 after Reitmeyer was stuffed at the line of scrimmage. Big third down conversion coming up here for Point Boro.
Yeah, big stop right here for Camden. It's going to be a big situation as Point Pleasant Boro takes a timeout early in, still a little bit early in the game, but, you know, the start of the second quarter. This is going to be a big-time stop if Camden can get off the field right here, give them a chance to get their, their footing up under them a little bit. Big-time game here at home, so it's a lot that goes into this.
Yeah, I mean, right now, 3rd and 10. I think this is the longest third down Point Boro has faced all night. So, obviously, looking for a conversion here would set them up fairly decently, trying to head towards the red zone. Point Boro back on the field after the timeout. This is possibly a situation here where you can't fall asleep on a waggle or some sort of possible play action pass here. A 3rd and 10 situation as Clayton hands off on the end around to Spinola up the far sideline. Spinola's got room and he's going to grab the first down way past the first down marker.
Yeah, gets past the defensive end there, missed the tackle, and is able to outrun the defense as all the defense is, flowing to the left side of the field, and he goes back right, picks up a huge first down, and keeps the chains moving here for Point Pleasant Boro.
Gain of about 20 on the play. Gets inside the 20, so they're inside the red zone now. That same play Spinola scored on earlier. So now Point Borough in the red zone for the first time tonight, despite already scoring. Clayton waits for the back judge to start the countdown. Clayton fakes the handoff, takes himself. Here goes Jake Clayton up the seam, and Clayton is going to be down inside the 5-yard line.
Looks like a flag came in as well late in that play, so it may be coming back a little bit.
Holding on the offense does negate the big run by Jake Clayton. It's a huge momentum killer there.
Yeah, the triple option right now is kind of killing Camden. They're trying to read their keys, and they're not locked in on their keys at the moment. They have to get settled in and just play, the way that you know how to play disciplined football. But Point Pleasant, like I said, coming into this game, Point Pleasant Borough, like they've been in this position for multiple years, the last couple years. So this is not going to be an easy game for Camden just to walk in and win. They have to play to their full capability.
So luckily for Point Borough, the penalty was not the line of scrimmage, so it'll be first and about 8. Clayton hands off to Reitmeyer again. Reitmeyer up the middle, still going, and another flag here coming in late from the offensive backfield.
Face mask.
Face mask on the defense. So move the ball up about 15 yards there, and a big break for Point Pleasant Borough as Reitmeyer only gained about maybe a yard or two at first. Turns into Point Pleasant Borough knocking on the door with a goal-to-go situation.
I mean, if you're Point Pleasant Borough, you didn't travel, 70 miles, an hour and a half to come into here and not try to come out of here with a win.
Reitmeyer up the middle, gains about 2 yards on the play. So a short gain there from Dylan Reitmeyer brings up second and goal from about the 4-yard line.
Yeah, I'm looking right now. The ball might be in the hands of number 5 coming out of this play. And what they're doing right now is muddy in the waters a little bit. They know Camden has an explosive offense, so you want to limit the time that they have the ball. That's why they're kind of, stalling the clock out a little bit.
Clayton hands to Reitmeyer up the middle, and Reitmeyer is in for the touchdown. So Point Borough extends their lead as Dylan Reitmeyer finds his way into the end zone.
Listen, we said they took that trip. They came in here to play a ball game. They're sticking to their game plan right now. They could not have started the game any better if you were a Point Pleasant Borough Panther.
Sullivan on to kick the extra point. His kick is up and good. A lot more behind that one, as I think the previous extra point was probably tipped. But this one, no doubt about it. Point Borough now leads 13-0 here, a little under halfway through the second quarter.
Yeah, the game's still not over. Camden has a very explosive offense. They can make a quick strike very quickly. So if you're a Panther right now, you just got to stay motivated and stay positive. Don't hang your head because you know this thing could flip around. Camden is typically a second-half team where they start to make their adjustments and then, kind of pour it on a little bit in the second half from what we've seen and what we've covered the last, couple games. But they're one play away from being right back in this game, so it's too early to to think this game is over.
Yeah, we saw that Timber Creek game. I think it was, 3-0 or 7-0 at halftime in favor of Camden.
Mm-hmm.
Then once they got later in the game, they started to kind of make the adjustments and see what they needed to adjust and fix up.
Mm-hmm.
And especially that Middle Township, that was only, I think, 14-7. And they come out 46-13 victorious in that one. So, but if you're the Panthers of Camden High, at least, you should at least try to want to grab a score here, as you do not get the ball to start the second half. Sullivan, little pop-up line drive kick going to be taken in, and a short gain there. Looks like number 26, Naeem Presbury, hauled that one in.
Yeah, Camden offense needs to come out, try to get this run game established. That's been there. That's kind of like if you watch the Philadelphia Eagles with Saquon Barkley, he's the guy that kind of steadies the ship. No matter how good Jalen Hurts is, that guy, Saquon, is special, and that offense revolves around that particular player. So Camden has to get this offense going with the run game behind Christian Braxton, and then everything else to kind of fall into place.
Steely takes the handoff and loses about 3 or 4 yards there.
Yeah, they're having issues right now. I know they are missing, a couple players. I'm not sure if the center is one of the guys, but that's about the third time we've seen a bad snap between the quarterback and the center.
Official loss of 5 on the run there by Steely. 2nd and 15. Brunson looking, has to pull it down and run it. Brunson still on his feet, spins, gets the first down with it. Big run there by Mekhi Brunson.
What a great play by Mekhi Brunson right there to pull the ball down. That defense, I'll say this about Point Pleasant Borough, that defense is getting off the ball very quick. They're getting in the backfield, getting pressure on Mekhi, so he doesn't have the time to, get set in the pocket. He's going to have some of those runs to kind of, slow down the pass rush where they're rushing a field and he's sneaking through, able to get big yards.
So 1st and 10 now from the Point Pleasant Borough 46. After the 17-yard run there by Mekhi Brunson. Brunson drops back, looks to his left, fires, ball's tipped to the line of scrimmage. Falls incomplete. Colin Obser there with the quarterback hurry and pass deflection.
There it is. Once again, Chris, that defensive line getting quick, getting pressure on Brunson, able to get their hands in the passing lane and bat the ball, as Mekhi is a little bit shorter than, some of the defensive linemen. So he's going to have to get the ball out a little bit quicker. They have to run some quick routes. As you see, the corners are pretty much belling. They know that speed is a matchup issue for them, so they're pretty much belling. They're going to have to get quick outs, quick hitches, and things like that to the edge.
Brunson drops back again, pressure off the edge, gets it out, and it's caught. Ibn Muhammad up the far sideline, gets the first down, and a couple of yards with it.
Yeah, there it is, that quick, those quick hitches, the corners. They're pretty much, like I said, they're playing 10 yards off, and the snap of the ball, they're just running deep because they're afraid to get beat over top. But if you're a Camden coach or offensive coordinator, you have to see that and start hitting them on those edges. Go to a single side, put your best guy on a single side on that matchup, and just dink and dunk until you get downfield.
The middle of the field should be open. I mean, Obser keeps blitzing. They keep blitzing the inside backers as well.
Yeah, but it's the thing about the middle, they're still dropping. They're blitzing, then they're dropping.
Brunson fires deep, and it is caught. Ibn Muhammad goes up top and comes down with it. What a catch by Ibn Muhammad.
Big time play by Ibn Muhammad. The Division I football player going up top, catching it over top of the cornerback. And like I said, Chris, they belling, but that time, that quick hitch that they hit before kind of slowed him down from just belling really fast. He stopped in his tracks a little bit, and Ibn was able to run right past him for a big play.
33-yard pitch and catch there from Mekhi Brunson to Ibn Muhammad. And the extra point is up, and it is right down broad. So Camden High right back in this game as they only trail 13-7. And Camden High starting to find their groove now on offense.
Yeah, I mean, so early on, just me, while I'm behind the scenes trying to get the clock ready, I'm also watching the game, trying to see how Point Pleasant Boro wants to play this game and how Camden wants to play. Point Pleasant, they want to muddy the water. They wanted it to be, a backyard brawl, right? They wanted to slow the clock down. They want to eat the clock up, keep Camden with limited possessions because of the big strike, the big play capability of Camden. And then for Camden, what they want to do is they want to hit the big strikes. They want to get those big-time plays. And then defensively for Camden, hey, man, you got to knuckle up. They're trying to have a backyard brawl. You have to be very sound defensively. You have to, read your keys. You got to get in your gaps. You have to play disciplined football because Point Pleasant Boro is a very disciplined offense. They run that triple option, to perfection almost. So, this is going to be a good one, folks. This is why we're here. Buckle your seatbelts.
Kick is taken in, and a pretty good return there from Brady Kirk. So Point Pleasant Boro looks like they will take over at about their own 32.
Something I'm watching. You guys may, pick up at home. The Camden defense kind of went out. They with a little bit more swagger. When they came off after Point Pleasant scored, you saw a lot of slow walking, head down, bad posture, body language, all of that. So we'll see if they can stop this triple option, man. This team is really good that they're playing.
Some of the guys in the secondary, trying to hype up the crowd, trying to hype up the defensive line. Is Reitmeyer up the middle going to be stuffed? We'll see what the mark is. They're going to say gain maybe about a half yard. Now, it seems like that Camden High defense, they're ready for that midline, that dive up the middle. But when Clayton pulls it or they go end around for Spinola, it seems like that's kind of what's the backbreaker there for the defense. And then after they let that big play, they're looking for the big play now, the end around the quarterback keeper. They give it to Reitmeyer up the middle. He gets a big gain.
Well, the thing about the triple option is it's deception, right? A lot of teams run it because they know athletically they don't match up, right? They don't have the 6'4" guys. They don't have the speed guys. So they run this because it helps them get the angle on a block or a run. But like I said, Camden is the number one seed for a reason. They just have to stay true to who they are and not play hero ball, and they'll be fine. But, listen, this is a good offense, man. They're going to have their plays as well. But, it's one of those games tonight.
Reitmeyer again on the carry, gain of about 4, so 3rd and 6. Coming up now for Point Boro. Seems like Point Boro has a little bit more urgency here as well on offense. So a tackle over our wing over there. Motion again.
Trying to get them to jump off sides.
Timeout Point Pleasant Boro.
Listen, there's some coaching going on. Listen, I know people may be, thinking like this guy is crazy for saying that, they didn't come here to lose. Chris, we've covered some games here in the playoffs, and teams have traveled knowing that they were going to lose. They step on the field. They're already trying to get consolation games before the game even started. Not Point Pleasant Boro.
If you're Point Boro, you definitely want to try and pick up the pieces from last year's loss to Willingboro at home in the sectional final. Year before, I'm pretty sure they lost to Willingboro at home again in the semifinal. And the year before that, they were upset, I want to say the first round or the semifinal round, by Overbrook at home also. I think they ended up getting blown out. I think it was a 56 to like 21 or something like that. Overbrook won that game a couple of years ago. D'Angelo Conquest now at Pace University.
Yep. Hey, man, both of these teams are playing their kryptonite, with Point Pleasant Borough, with, Willingboro being an explosive type of offense, able to get the best of them.
Big pass here, and it is broken up on the play. And there's a flag late as Azir Lee broke up the pass. We're going to check in on this flag real quick. I wonder if they're going to say Lee might have made some sort of contact early. We'll see what the white hat has to say.
Holding on defense. So it's a spot foul.
So they're going to say Lee gave Obser a little tug on the jersey there downfield. They're going to walk this penalty off. A killer penalty there on third down as they came up with the stop. But the penalty gives Point Pleasant Borough a fresh set of downs after the incompletion.
Yeah, and for Camden, like I was saying, the kryptonite, it's been the Delsey wing T, triple option. So they're seeing it right now. They have to be able to get over this hump if they want to win, a state championship or have the opportunity to go try and win one.
Hand up the middle to Reitmeyer. A couple of yard gain there, gain of about 4.
I want to thank everybody for tuning in. If you can, please share this out. I know a lot of people from Point Pleasant Borough were asking about the broadcast as well as Camden. So if you could take a quick minute or a quick second, I'm not going to say minute, quick second and share it out as well as hitting the like button.
So second and about 6, give or take. Midfield, Reitmeyer, handoff again, gains about 2. Third about 4 now, 4-point Borough in Camden High territory now.
Mike, if you can zoom in just a pinch.
Camden High looking for a third down stop again here, but hopefully for them minus a penalty for their sake. Reitmeyer, handoff up the middle, the spot. We're waiting for the spot here. Looks like the initial referee spot might be short. There is an injured Point Pleasant Borough Panther on the play, though. I have a quick intermission here. Take a look at some South and sectional final scores. In Central Jersey Group 5, Washington Township just takes the lead on a 91-yard touchdown pass from Colaquino to Paris Pratt. They lead 7-0. About 4 minutes left in the second quarter. Rancocas Valley leads Toms River North 10-7, about halfway through the second quarter. St. Thomas Aquinas leads Holy Spirit 14-10. I did read that correctly. Holy Spirit leads St. Thomas Aquinas 14-10, about a little under or a little over halfway through the second quarter. Glassboro leads Shalleck 21-0 in the second quarter. Seneca and Mainland are tied up 7-7. Millville's up on Brick Memorial. Let me get a score update on that. Millville leads Brick Memorial 21-0. Still in the first quarter, as it actually probably came to an end. There's about 45 seconds left. That tweet was put out about 10 minutes ago. So score update from Millville. They're up 28-0 over Brick Memorial. 8 minutes and 18 seconds left in the second quarter there.
Yeah, we're going to take a quick audio break as we have a player down on the field. Looks like we're going to be held up for a little bit. So we're definitely going to send prayers out to him right now. And we're going to take a quick break.
Want to give our thoughts and prayers out to Slade Samaritano, my apologies there, as he'll be taken off on the stretcher by the Cooper EMS there. Hope for the best there. Hope it's nothing serious, and hope whatever it is, he can make a quick recovery. Is obviously a senior getting hurt there in a serious manner. It's always heartbreaking for the player themselves. So hope nothing but the best for Slade there, and hope he can make a quick recovery. And if Point Boro does advance, hopefully he can possibly be back for next week.
Yeah, we'll be just a little bit longer as they get ready to exit the field. They're still getting things situated with the EMS.
Just another quick score update from that big primetime matchup in Group 5. RV comes up with a 4th down stop on 4th and goal from the 1. So they'll take over 10-7 with 3 minutes left to go in the second quarter.
That was my upset of the week.
Delsey and Somerville kick off in about 5 to 10 minutes. Holy Spirit's up on St. Thomas Aquinas now, 21-17. And we're gonna get ready to get back into play here as Cooper EMS exits the field. Both teams are gonna converse real quick, get things on the same page before we officially return to play. Remember, it is 4th and 1. We're going to take over and continue at 4th and 1 for Point Pleasant Boro as Dylan Reitmeyer was stopped short of the stick. The first down marker. So a huge play coming up here for Point Boro. Fourth and 1 now coming up from the Camden High 45-yard line. Clayton hands off up the middle. It's Reitmeyer. Reitmeyer breaks free. He's going to be brought down well after the first down marker. And the official spot says he gets down to the Camden High 24-yard line. Big run there from Dylan Reitmeyer. 21-yard gain on 4th and 1. So a fresh set of downs now as Point Pleasant Boro is getting ready to knock on the door of the red zone. Clayton hands off again. Ball's loose on the floor. And it looks like Camden High may have it. We're going to see what the official says. They're going to say Camden High hopped on it. So Camden High comes up with another turnover right after Point Pleasant Boro comes up with a 21-yard gain on 4th and 1. Momentum flips back in favor of the purple and gold.
Hey, man, 1:45 remaining on the clock right here. That's a big-time play by Camden. What they have to do, they have a lot of time, so you don't have to just take a quick shot. You can try to hit the ball, get the ball to your edges, and let some of your athletes try to make a play, get out of bounds.
Camden High takes over from their own 26 as Brunson drops back. He's trying to set up a screen to the left side. It was tipped.
Almost picked off. That would have been crazy to just turn the ball over that quick as you get it. Good play by the defensive end right there.
Tanner Hines there on the deflection as it looked like there was some blockers and a convoy set up there on the screen to the left side. But Tanner Hines saves a possible big play for Camden.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious. They can run, a go ball with 2 slants to freeze that safety in the middle of the field and have an opening, and the ball is tipped again by the defensive lineman. it's kind of puzzling. They have the matchup that they want, but I'm watching Point Pleasant Borough. They're bringing about 5 or 6 guys every time, and it's going to be a free guy open for Camden as they try to drop back and throw the ball. And it's 3rd down right now, so you don't want to. You want to try to get the first down. You do not want to give Point Pleasant Borough the ball again.
So Brunson now trips to his right side, receiver to his left, and Braxton to his left. Brunson drops back, has to step up, pulls it down. Mekhi Brunson going to take off, splits the defenders, and gets the first down with it.
Yeah, big play by Mekhi Brunson. Keep the chains moving.
Huge gain there by Mekhi Brunson on 3rd and 10. Picks up a first down, and Camden High is in business now, just as their backs were beginning to start to be against the wall almost.
Yeah, they gotta move. They gotta go. Gotta go. 1:10 and running. They're losing a lot of time right here getting a play in. They gotta hurry up with the play calls. It's too slow at the end of the quarter.
Brunson looks to his left, pulls it down, and Brunson holds on to it. He's going to take the sack. Nick Albanese, 2nd sack of the first half. And Camden High takes a timeout. 53.2 left in the 2nd quarter.
Listen, I mean, I'm going to say this. I know I shouldn't be saying it, but right now, there is a matchup on the field that Camden has to exploit right now with 53 seconds left. You have to, you have a guy on your side and Scott Freeman, who's about 6'3", 6'4", and he's been covered by who's number 3? I forgot his name. I'm sorry.
Number 3 for Point Pleasant Borough?
Yes.
Brady Kirk.
Okay. There's a huge size advantage. So the 50-50 goal ball is there. Whether he makes it or not, that's a different, topic, right? We could talk about that later, but you have to try to exploit that matchup. It's right there in your face. He's already playing about 10 yards off. Just let your tall guy, your big receiver, go up top and make a play. Just throw the ball. The defense is getting pressure on the quarterback, so you don't have a bunch of time to make a decision, to watch a crossing route and let plays develop. Listen, man, we doing go balls, we doing hitches. It's very simple. They playing off 10. We either going to hitch up or we just going to take our shot with the go ball with our biggest guy or our fastest guy.
Is Scott Freeman here listed as 6'3", 185. So definitely one of your go-to guys on the go ball who has the speed and size advantage. Brunson drops back, steps up, going to be brought down for another sack.
Exactly.
Nick Albanese, 3rd sack of the first half.
He has to take 1-2, throw the ball. You don't have time. They're bringing everybody, which is telling me that you're going to have a matchup. You know what I mean? You just got to get the ball out of your hand.
Clock does stop. 30.6 left in the first half. 3rd and about a mile to go for Camden High. So Camden High and Point Pleasant Borough will retake the field after the Camden High timeout. 3rd and 20. So 3rd and 20 now for Camden High. Brunson drops back, looks to his right, going to step up, going to fire downfield, has Malik Red wide open. Red comes up with it, and he's going to be brought down in Point Pleasant Borough territory. Huge gain there from Mekhi Brunson to Malik Red.
Big play by Red right there. Good job by Mekhi sliding up in the pocket.
Brunson gets up and clocks at 17 seconds left here in the first half.
Yeah, right now, like, you know, Boro, Point Pleasant Boro, definitely sending guys at the quarterback. They're trying to make him rush the ball out of his hands. So the defensive line has to figure out where the extra rusher is coming from, and they're running stunts and twists.
Brunson going for it all. Red comes up, and it is incomplete. Kirk got a hand on it.
Yep, that's fine. I'll take that. It's the end of the quarter. You got to try to make a big time play. Try to get the matchup that you want, and I'll take that. That's fine.
3rd and 10 after the incompletion. As we've got some halftime scores rolling in as we're about to reach half, and we'll get to those as we get ready to break the halftime intermission. So don't want to get too hasty here.
Yep.
We've got 9.3 seconds left here in the first half.
Same play. Block it up.
Brunson looking, fires, hits as he throws. Malik Red is not going to come up with it as that is knocked away by Point Pleasant Boro's number 36.
That's actually
on the play.
Yeah, that's a good play. They're dropping deep right now because they know Camden has to take a shot at the end zone.
No number 36
Good
listed
play.
on any roster available, so the mystery man comes up with the pass deflection, and 4th and 10 here with 3.1. Obviously, this is most likely the last play of the first half. With Brunson trips to his left side now after the incompletion. Brunson looking, firing, and it is picked off.
Just watch them.
Nick Clayton comes up with the picked off pass there, and I guess sort of a momentum helper for Point Pleasant Boro as they'll go into halftime leading 13-7 as Nick Clayton comes up with the interception there as time runs out.
Yeah, great half by Point Pleasant Boro to get the lead up on Camden. You get the ball back. You're in control of this game. And on the flip side, for Camden, you did a good job getting some key stops, key turnovers. Game's not over. Come out second half playing better.
So we're gonna take a quick intermission here. We had the halftime. We'll be back with sort of a South Jersey whip around or score check-ins around South Jersey. So we will see you guys as intermission gets ready to end, and we'll hit the break. We are back here for the second half of play between Point Pleasant Boro and Camden High. Point Pleasant currently leads 13-7. And we are getting ready to kick off the second half here. Second half kick is away, and it goes out of bounds. So we'll have a penalty to start the second half. And Point Pleasant Boro, not to be confused with Point Pleasant Beach, looks like the Panthers will take over on their own 35. So the visiting Panthers will take over on their own 35-yard line. We'll get ready to see what Coach Brian Staub and company went over at halftime. Handoff up the middle to Reitmeyer. Couple yard gain there. Gain of about, looks like maybe 3. Gain of 4 officially. So 2nd and 6 coming up now. Second and 6 coming up for Point Pleasant Boro. Spinola in motion. And Camden jumps on the hard count. So they're going to back up the defense 5 yards. They'll make it 2nd and 1 coming up now for Point Pleasant Boro after the offsides penalty against Camden High. So not the most ideal start for Camden High. Just 2 plays into the second half, or well, a technical 1 play in. So 2nd and 1 now coming up for Point Pleasant Boro. Short yardage situation here. Clayton waiting for the back judge to...
This is equivalent to stall ball in basketball, where you just pass it around and don't attempt to shoot. You eat the clock up a little bit and then run your plays.
Reitmeyer, sizable gain there, gets the first down with it. So a fresh set of downs now coming up after the fullback dive from Dylan Reitmeyer. First and 10 from Point Pleasant Boro's own 47-yard line. Clayton waiting for the play clock to get down to 10 seconds. Clayton toss it to Spinola on the outside. Spinola's got convoy. Spinola's got room. And Nick Spinola is going to get down to the 1-yard line. Huge gain from Nick Spinola on the toss to the outside.
Big time run. Getting the ball down in Panthers territory. Trying to take a 2-score lead.
52-yard run there from Nick Spinola sets up Point Pleasant Boro at, never mind, actually. They're going to say he stepped out of bounds a little bit beforehand. So it looks like they'll take over at about the 5-yard line, or maybe the 4-yard line of Camden High. So 48-yard run from Spinola. Clayton hands off up the middle to Reitmeyer. He's going to try and fall forward. Successfully does, but only gains maybe about 2 yards on the play. Second and goal from the 2-yard line of Camden High. Clayton under center. Fumble snap. Ball's loose. We're going to see what the officials say. And they're going to say Clayton was able to hop right back on top of it.
Sheesh. I know the coach over there right now is going crazy. Come on, guys. We can't be fumbling the ball on the 1-yard line. We got to try to get a touchdown here. And for Camden, if you're a Camden defensive coordinator, you're saying, guys, we need that. That would have been a big-time stop for the Panthers.
Need someone to try and do that. The Jalen Carter try and catch the spike. Go right between the center's legs. Try and go right between the center's legs there and snatch the ball. So 3rd and about 2, maybe 3 in the goal-to-go situation for Point Boro. Clayton under center. Clayton, Reitmeyer up the middle, bounces out to the outside. Reitmeyer's going to be short of the goal line. Gains about 2 yards on the play, but still short of the goal line. And here comes 4th and goal from the 1-yard line.
Yeah, big-time play there by Lee on the corner there to come up and make an open field tackle on the big, stout fullback.
Azir Lee, the Kent State commit. Can't sign just yet, as obviously football signing day is different than the rest of the sports. It's signing day for the rest of Division 1, 2, 3, and NAIA, and so on, was yesterday all around the country. So 4th and goal here from the 1-yard line. Clayton hands off the middle to Reitmeyer.
He's stuffed. He was
The official
stuffed at the
says-
goal line.
Reitmeyer short, and Camden High comes up with a huge goal line stand there.
What?
The Camden High Panthers stuff Dylan Reitmeyer at the goal line and take over on downs.
What a big-time play. Linebacker coming downhill, meets him right in the hole, and the rest of the Panthers defense rally around and get the stop. But we can't I can't go without saying this right now. You're on the 1-yard line for the Panthers. You have to protect your quarterback and not give up a safety in this position. So, big-time play. Now you have to pay attention to detail. ATD, attention to that detail.
Also, don't want to take any penalties in the end zone as well, as that's also a safety. So here we go. 1st and 10 from the Camden High 1-yard line. Mekhi Brunson drops back, fires, has a completion. Malik Red still on his feet. I wonder what they're going to say his forward progress was, and it's a safety.
That is a terrible call. That's a terrible call. Jeez, he calls a safety after forward progress of being slung backwards? I don't know about that one, Mr. Official. I don't know.
Malik Red was swung back into the end zone, and they're going to say he regained his forward progress in the end zone and was tackled in the end zone for a safety. So Point Pleasant Boro add on an extra 2 points there.
Wow.
For Point Boro.
Wow. What a play. What a play. At the end of the day, whether it was a good call or bad call, good play by the Point Pleasant defense. Come away. Hey, you just got stuffed on the goal line. We just talked about it. You got to pay attention to that detail. One thing I did notice is Camden is without their receiver, Dahani Cobb. I haven't seen him out there as well, and he's one of their leading receivers, the Villanova commit. So it looks like they're definitely missing him in the pass game.
I have not seen Dahani Cobbs. He's number 5. I don't see a number 5 on the Camden High sideline, nor have I seen a number 5 check in for Camden High. So presumably Cobbs is out with some sort of ailment. As Point Pleasant Boro leads 15-7 now after the safety. Gerard Hamilton on to kick the free kick back. Pretty decent kick there from Hamilton, taken in by Spinola. Bobbled it for a second. Spinola bounced out to the outside. He's got a little bit of room, and Spinola going to be brought down in Camden High territory. So the officials mark Spinola out at the Camden High 45-yard line. Point Pleasant Boro here, again off the safety. Clayton making some audibles at the line of scrimmage. Clayton hands off to Reitmeyer. Reitmeyer met the line of scrimmage, falls forward for a yard. So 2nd and 9 now for Point Pleasant Boro. After the 1-yard run by Dylan Reitmeyer. Clayton waiting for that play clock to slowly tick down. They get set under center. Clayton toss up to the outside to Spinola. Spinola cuts back, makes a man miss. Spinola's got blockers. Spinola's got one man to beat, And it's going to be pushed out of bounds.
Great job splitting the defense. As they came up to make the tackle right there, he was able to split them and get a big-time gain.
So a huge gain there on the toss to Nick Spinola. Gain of about 24 on the play.
Pretty good game plan right now that they're implementing.
Camden High, the defenders on the outside for Camden High are kind of flying up the field a little bit on that toss.
It's kind of tough. This offense is one of those offenses, if you don't see it every week, if you don't see it occasionally, you know, you're not used to playing this style of offense unless you're playing, you know, for, you know, the Southern teams, unless you're playing Mainland, Delsea, some of those teams on a consistent basis. So if you go the whole year with not seeing it, now they come in. It's kind of like playing Navy, you know, or Army. When they come in, you know, teams don't regularly see that wing T. So it gives you a little bit of a fit. It's not about, it doesn't come down to your athleticism or your skill set or anything like that. It comes down more so to being, you know, disciplined. And you got to control your gaps. You got to be right in the, you know, right spot where you're supposed to be. So right now, Point Pleasant Boro is running this offense to perfection.
So no gain on the run from Reitmeyer. He was stuffed at the line of scrimmage. Clayton toss again to Spinola on the outside. Spinola tries to get the edge. He's going to be brought down for a huge loss.
That's big.
Aaron James on the tackle for a loss for Camden High.
That's Oz Lee again.
Loss of about 6 yards on the play. Azir Lee from the defensive back spot and Aaron James converged to make that play there in the backfield. So 3rd and long now for Point Pleasant Boro. And the Camden High sideline trying to get the crowd into this one. Crowd all riled up for the money down, as most teams usually call it.
Yeah, watch the tight end leaking out.
They've already tried to pass twice, and looks like timeout, Point Pleasant Boro. That is their first of this half.
You know, one thing I'm looking at too, you know, Chris, as we're sitting here, we're looking at the scores. It's, you know, 15-7. This is a crucial down here. This is a crucial time in the game because, you know, Point Pleasant Boro, they're trying to get a score right here to make it a 2-score game. Right now, it's still a 1-score game. As much as they have controlled the ball and have pretty much dominated this game, we're still 1 score away from it being a tie ball game, possibly.
Exactly, yeah. Obviously, you need to get the 2-pointer as well. Not as easy as the extra point. But regardless, still doable for a team like Camden High with how many weapons they have on the outside and in the backfield. So 3rd and long coming up now for Point Pleasant Boro. Possible passing situation here, but they've showed before they can get chunk yards on toss plays and end arounds. So we will see what Coach Brian Staub and company have here. Drawn up on this 3rd and about 16 for the visiting Panthers.
I want to take the time to thank everybody for watching the broadcast here on D2 Sports Network.
Here comes a pass attempt here that is picked off. Decent run there, picked off by Talib Shakir.
Big time play. Big time play. You know, we were kind of thinking that the momentum has shifted. Right now, it's back to the Panthers.
Camden High Panthers, be it. This is another battle of the Panthers, like I mentioned before, for Camden High, second one this postseason.
I got to say this. If anybody doesn't know, we are South Jersey-centric. We cover South Jersey teams. So there is going to be a little bit of bias for South Jersey teams. We are here for Camden High School, who invited us out today. So there is going to be a little bit of that. So when we say the Panthers, we're talking about the Camden Panthers.
It's like some sort of penalty on the return. So they're going to back it up about either 10 or 15 yards after the Talib Shakir interception. The junior comes up with a big-time pick there for the purple and gold Panthers.
Okay, so the penalty was unsportsmanlike. That could be a huge penalty.
Brunson looks to his left, fires. He's got Malik Red. Red makes a man miss, spins out of the tackle. Malik Red still on his feet. Malik Red out the near sideline. Here goes Malik Red, and he's going to be shoved down about midfield. Huge play there from Malik Red on the little screen, and a gain of about 40 yards.
Yeah, big play by Malik Red. The Wagner commit, he said, you will not throw me for a loss this time, and turns that into a big game. And that's the big strike play capability that Camden Panthers have, and that Point Pleasant Boro, has been defending against the whole game. They don't want to give up those type of plays, but if Camden has the ball, they had that opportunity.
Bronson hands off to Braxton. He's going to be met by a group of defenders in the backfield. Loss of about 5 yards on the play. The handoff to Christian Braxton.
Yeah, a good defensive game plan. They're kind of sitting a blitz, more guys than Camden can block, and they have a keen eye on the running back, which Christian Braxton has rushed for over 1,000 yards this season. So he's one of the key components for the Panthers, and they have an eye on him. But I like what they did the first play. Get the ball to the edges, let your athletes, make plays away from all the traffic and the mesh in the middle. As you see, they're looking like they're going to blitz. Here they come again.
Brunson fires left side. Red again. Red looks like he's going to be short of the first down marker. No, they're going to say he got it.
First down. That's the game plan.
Malik Red reached out there, got a couple extra yards with it, and Red making up big time, as we mentioned before. Dahani Cobb's out. So the Wagner commit. Brunson drops, looking, going to pull it down and run it. Brunson cuts back, spins, gets a couple of yards on the carry. Gain of about, looks like a gain of about 6 on the play. Second and about 4 coming up for Camden High. Brunson drops back, looking, tries to escape some pressure. He does. Brunson's going to pull it down and run it. Brunson's still on his feet after the first down marker. There is a penalty flag in the offensive backfield, though.
Yeah, it'd be coming back.
Holding on the offense, as Brunson's Houdini act will be brought back by a holding call in the backfield. So a big blow there to a huge run by Mekhi Brunson. It'll be second and about 16 now, coming up for Camden High. Brunson getting set now in the shotgun, trips to his right side. Malik Red on the outside to the left. Braxton to his left in the backfield. Brunson looks to the left side, has Red on the slant. Red gets past the original line of scrimmage and then some, so a gain of about 10 on the play.
Listen, right now, stated earlier in the game, that's the matchup you want to do. You have the trips, keep it one-on-one and take advantage of the matchups. You had the matchups on the edges with the corners and your receivers. I'll take that matchup all day. Just quick, get the ball out of your hands. And once they stay flat-footed to try to break on that, then you could take a deep shot.
Brunson looks to his left again, has Red. Red turns up field, and he'll have the first down and then some with it. Still fighting for more yards, and the pile keeps on pushing. And Malik Red, huge gain there for the first down, and a whole lot more with it.
Looks like another Camden first down.
Yeah, that's the game plan right there. Now you have them in a situation where they either have to step up or got him right up the seam.
Brunson firing and incomplete, looking for Wasim Muhammad. Wasim Muhammad, apologies there. Incomplete, had a step on his man.
But that's the game. Like right now, they're in a position defensively. What do? Do we walk our guys down, or we try to buzz a guy out to the flat to stop that? Well, when you buzz that guy out to the flat, now your safety is one-on-one with the slot guy. So, you could run like a hitch go or a hitch corner, slant corner, something to ISO my slot guy on that safety. They tried to get it right there, and they just overshot it.
5.4 seconds left here in the third quarter. Quad set for Camden High. Brunson looks to his left side, fires way over the head of Muhammad again, incomplete. A little bit of miscommunication there between the two, and with that, we will head to the fourth quarter of play here between Camden High and Point Pleasant Boro here in the South Jersey Group 2 final from Farnham Park. Quick little score update around the state. South Jersey-wise, Washington Township leads Atlantic City 20-0 heading to the fourth quarter. Rancocas Valley leads Toms River North 20-0. That one is late in the third quarter. Holy Spirit still leads St. Thomas Aquinas 28-24. Glassboro's up on Shalleck 27-9. Last I checked, Woodstown was up 10-0 on Shore. So we are back now for the fourth quarter of play, 3rd and 10. After back-to-back incompletions from Brunson looking for Wasim Muhammad. So 3rd and 10 now in the red zone. Brunson looks to his right. Pass is tipped and almost picked off by Colin Obser.
Oh, that would have been a great play to tip it and pick it. Camden had exactly what they wanted, and it was wide open. I don't know if you saw the play developing there in the flat. Good play call, but great defense.
4 down territory now for Camden High. You have to go for it, essentially, in this situation. You cannot really rely on the defense to try and stop that clock-bleeding offense that Point Pleasant Boro has, despite Camden High coming up with a couple big stops, back-to-back drives. So 4th and 10 now from the 20-yard line. Brunson drops back, fires with his right side, has a man, and incomplete. Was looking for Malik Red on the play. A little bit of miscommunication, and a turnover on downs leads to a Point Pleasant Boro possession here with 11:47 left to play in regulation. So Point Pleasant Boro will take over on their own 20-yard line. They're going to look to try and drain this clock as much as they can here.
Yes, for sure. They'll definitely snap it with very little time left on the play clock.
Clayton keeps it, gets the edge, and gets a good gain with it. So Nick Clayton, a huge gain there. And here comes the chess match now of when to snap the ball with how much time on the play clock. Gain of about 8 on the play. 2nd and 2. And a whole lot of waiting now for that play clock to get under 10 seconds left. Tick, 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 tick. The clock keeps on ticking down here. And here comes the Point Pleasant offense now. Handoff up the middle. Reitmeyer stuffed after a gain of about 1 yard. Third and 1 coming up now for Point Pleasant Boro. Clayton tries to sneak up the middle, and the pile is going to move well past the first down marker.
And he gets it.
So about a 3-yard gain there on the quarterback sneak. Brings up a new set of downs now for Point Pleasant Boro. Clayton, hands on his hips, waiting for the back judge to start counting down now. Boro offense will get set. Hand off up the middle.
Tries to pull it and get the edge. They're going to stop him.
Gain of maybe 2 on the play from Dylan Reitmeyer. Second and 8 now after the short gain by Reitmeyer.
Yeah. So Point Pleasant Boro is doing a good job right now. If you're the Camden Panthers, you have to understand at this point in the game, you're playing against the offense and the clock. So you have to be mindful of that, not to give up any cheap yards or anything like that. You got to try to get out of here with a stop.
Clayton under center, hands off to Reitmeyer. Another short gain of 1. Now, 3rd and about 5 or 6. So if you're Camden High right now, I'd personally would watch the tosses on the outside, as that's been sort of the backbreaker for Point Boro.
Right now, I'll be looking for toss or for him to pull, to pull and run the option on the outside.
3rd and 5 now. Clayton waiting for the back judge yet again.
I wish there was a way we could calculate how much time they've eaten off the clock by taking this approach the whole game.
Handoff up the middle, and Clayton tried to be sneaky, and he's going to be stuffed in the backfield for a loss.
It's going to bring up 4th down.
4th and about 6.
You're going to take I believe Camden's going to take a timeout here.
Camden High timeout.
So now it puts the pressure on Point Pleasant Boro to figure out if they're going to try to go for it or punt in this situation. Very crucial part of the game, our moment in the game right now, for both teams. Camden, you got to know that they're going to try to make, if they come out, you have to hold your water. You got to be conscious that they're going to try to make you jump off sides. Not give up any cheap yards to give them a 4th and short.
Quick little another big primetime update. Toms River North leads RV 21-20 heading into the 4th quarter.
No!
Back-to-back touchdowns for Toms River.
No!
And Obser on the punt for Point Pleasant Boro. Looks like, trying to get a number there on the return man for Camden. Punt is away, line drive. And it's going to be down at the Camden High 30-yard line by the return men for Point Boro as Malik Red let that one bounce. Camden High needs a 70-yard scoring drive here to try and tie this one up with 7 minutes and 7 seconds left here in the 4th quarter.
This is a final game, so wouldn't expect anything different, right?
Kitchen sink has to come out here, I'd imagine, right?
Yeah. Looks like they're going to
Go back to that trips concept there. Leaving, looks like Malik Red, 1-on-1 on the backside. Brunson drops back, looks to his right, fires. Caught by Ibn Muhammad. Muhammad turns upfield. Going to be caught and tackled about 6 yards later.
That's a positive play.
Second and 4 now. Looks like a little bit, slight more urgency from Camden High. Not too much, but a little bit, slight pep in their step there. Going to go back to that trips concept, leaving Fred 101. Brunson
He has
steps up, going to pull it down and run it. Brunson has the first down and a whole lot more with it. And Brunson gets past midfield. Big play there for Mekhi Brunson to pull it down and grab the first down. They're now in Point Pleasant Boro territory on their own 49. So Camden High now making a couple substitutions. Tyshawn Knock checks in for Scott Freeman for about a play or two. Brunson drops back, looking, firing downfield, looking for Muhammad. It is incomplete. Had Muhammad 1-on-1, but out of range for Wasim Muhammad. Camden High trying to get set here. They do, sticking with the trips concept. Brunson pumps, fires, pulls it down, runs it. Mekhi Brunson's got some room and going to slide. Looks like he might have gave himself up after the sticks. So a first down for Mekhi Brunson.
Yeah, good play as the defenders some come in on the blitz and the rest are dropping back, but it looks like that was going to be some type of screen developed over there, and Point Pleasant Boro did a good job of defending it.
Brunson looks to his left, fires, has it, it's caught. And Keshawn Collins.
The ball is loose.
And Keshawn Collins puts the ball on the ground, and Point Boro recovers.
He stripped the ball as he went down.
Nick Spinola looks like he came up with it for Point Boro. And that possibly could be the dagger for Camden High unless they come up with a stop here. They're going to need some sort of 3 and out.
this game of football, man, it's one tricky one. 1 minute you think you're moving, going into the scoring, and then you fumble. The next minute you could make a play to actually flip the game back in your favor. So still a lot of time. I know they're going to try to eat a lot of the clock right here, but for Camden, you just got to play stout. It's still, listen, you get a 3 and out right here, you still have an opportunity.
Reitmeyer, pretty big run there as Point Boro takes over on their own 25. Second and about, looks like 3 or 4. Second and medium now for Point Boro. Another short run there. They're going to say he got to the sticks, it looks like.
Yeah, I would have hoped they gave them the first down if I'm on defense, because now you got to try to defend the yard. The clock is going to move a little bit. 4 minutes left. Hopefully we can get the ball back around 2 minutes. We need a stop at this moment in the game, though. Defense, this is the biggest series that you've played all year.
Yeah, this is it until, this is it for at least the postseason part. Clock keeps on ticking down. Under 4 minutes left to play here in regulation. If there was any time for Camden, like you said earlier, to knuckle up, this is it right here.
It's a backyard brawl right now.
Handoff up the middle, and another big run there from Dylan Reitmeyer.
Yeah, that's probably it right there. Him able to get close to the sticks. They don't need much to get a first down.
2nd and 1 coming up now for Point Pleasant Boro in the 9-yard game from Dylan Reitmeyer, who I'd imagine by now is probably well over the 100-yard mark. Camden High, looks like one of the defenders tried to hop over the line of scrimmage and stop it, but Point Boro gets the first down nonetheless on the sneak by Nick Clayton.
Yep.
And that one might possibly do it, as there's 2:30 and counting left here.
Yeah, you needed that stop around the 4 minutes. You needed to be able to get some type of 3 and out with 2 minutes left. The way they've been eating the clock, it limits the possessions that Camden has and the opportunities that they have with the ball in their hands. And 2 minutes, yeah, I think this one might be pretty much done.
So we're waiting for the play clock to start ticking down. Toms River North extends their lead with a pick 6.
Okay, we're looking for the matchup that would the Rumson and
Wall. Last I checked. Let's see. Rumson is up 24-7 at halftime.
Okay, so it looks like Point Pleasant Boro will be on the road next week at Rumson. If Camden somehow pulls this one out, they would host here as they get a number 1 seed overall. So this is a big game, man. This is a big time win. Like I said before, man, this is a game you can't underestimate. This team traveling, coming in with the playoff pedigree that they've had, and they came in here with a really good game plan. They ran the triple option to perfection. defensively, they put the pressure on Camden. They limited how long Camden was able to, have the ball by not rushing into their plays, eating up the clock. All of that stuff comes down to this point in the game right now where they are holding the ball with the opportunity to win, to go to the Central South Championship with the opportunity to play up at Rutgers.
SHI Stadium, that is the final resting place for the state finals. That is the promised land that many are looking for. Minute and 41 after Camden caught a timeout. 2nd and 9 after the 1-yard gain by Dylan Reitmeyer. Reitmeyer again, no Spinola on the toss, end around. He's going to get a couple of yards. And Coach Hinson will call timeout. Gain of about, looks like maybe 1 on the play. So 3rd and 8. $1:31 left on the clock here in the 4th quarter. We do have a final so far with a sectional. Millville over Brick Memorial 48-7. They are your Central Group 4 champions.
And that sets the stage if Winslow
plays Shawnee tomorrow.
Yeah, that sets the stage for a rematch. But, for Winslow, you can't go into that game underestimating Shawnee. We've seen years where Shawnee's had 3 wins and come out and, got a championship.
They went to MetLife.
So you can't walk into that game thinking you've already won it. You got to finish the deal.
Point Pleasantboro calls timeout. Coach Brian Staub and company will talk things over as they might have saw something they liked from the Camden defense. They're going to try and call the right play here to officially ice the game with a $1:31 left on the clock. That is Millville's 3rd sectional title in the last 4 years.
It's been a pretty good run for Millville.
So congratulations to them.
Tell you who didn't lose is this band. They've been playing the entire game. Great job by the band director.
That's why, everyone considers them usually the best band in South Jersey.
For sure.
Year in and year out. 3rd and 8 now coming up. Minute 31 left on the clock here in the 4th quarter. The Camden High Panthers need a stop here as here's a handoff up the middle. Reitmeyer still trucking on and short of the sticks. But a manageable situation for Point Pleasantboro nonetheless. Fourth and about, looks like maybe 3.
Well, one thing we know, they're going to have to run a play if a timeout isn't called. Right?
Yeah, but then again, if you're Camden High, you're leaving yourself with about 20-something seconds left if you don't call that timeout. So it looks like.
Yeah, they'll definitely. I'm keeping my offense on the field if I'm Point Pleasantboro. I'm not punting that, but keep my offense on the field, run my shore dive to Reitmeyer. Have him hold the ball. He's the one who's been doing the most damage. and I'm getting up out of here with a win. So 33 seconds on the clock and a timeout's been called.
So back-to-back plays for Toms River North, or just about back-to-back plays. Nasir Jackson, 2 consecutive pick sixes for Toms River North as they take a 35-20 lead in the fourth quarter over Rancocas Valley in the South Group 5 bracket.
No, we don't. One thing I hope they do next year, NJSIAA, if you're listening, just call it, North 1, North 2, and South 1, South 2. Like,
that means we have to accept Shore Conference in South Jersey. Trust me, I'm all for it.
I mean,
I don't mind taking in Toms River North for football,
I just
Southern for wrestling.
I just think it's it just adds more confusion to an already very confusing system. I don't think it's that serious to have Central in there.
So here we go. Offense stays on the field. Dive up the middle. Reitmeyer
And that's
looking for the spot. The official ruling.
Yeah, that's the game. Looks like they're giving them the first down, so that's going to be the ball game.
It's like they're going to measure this.
Sheesh, what are we doing? Measurement is coming out. It looked like the white hat official was already giving them the first down, but they're asking for a measurement, or they have a measurement coming out.
Here come the chains. Stretch them out. Full 10 yards. The official ruling is first down, Point Pleasant Boro. And the Point Pleasant Boro Panthers come into Farnham Park and pull the rug out from Camden High. They're going to win this one 15-7 as Dylan Reitmeyer ices the game. And the Point Pleasant Boro Panthers will head to presumably Rumson Fairhaven next week for the South Central State semifinal game.
Well, it's going to be a party on that bus on the way home for sure.
That ever so elusive sectional title for Point Pleasant Boro is finally in their grasp. And the Panthers of Point Pleasant Boro are your South Jersey Group 2 champions here as they come in and knock off the #1 overall seed in South Jersey Group 2.
Yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. This was a really good matchup today. Camden on the losing side of it today, but 15-7 win. It's a really good game, Chris. Not the outcome that the Panthers fans wanted, but the Camden Panthers wanted, but at least a Panther won today. Some way.
Yeah, so congratulations to Point Pleasant Boro, as presumably they'll have to Rumson Fairhaven next week, as Rumson was up big on Wall last I checked.
Yep.
So
thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see what we are next week if we are out. But it's been a really good football season for us here at D2 Sports Network. Some really big moments, having opportunity to stream the IMG Bergen Catholic game at the last minute, able to pull it off, and also just throughout the season, all the guys that we've been able to cover this season. So thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your night and weekend. We'll see you
whenever we see you.
when we see you.